Hi, my name is David. Today we're going to do number 3, longest substring without repeating characters. We have a function here that takes an s, and it wants us to return the length of the longest substring that doesn't repeat any characters. So here we can see a substring is A, B, C, and then there's a repeat. So A, B, C will be the longest substring, well, it will be the substring here, and that length is 3. And then we keep going, B, C, A, and then there's a repeat. So that length is 3, and then we keep doing that to find all the possible substrings that don't repeat and return the length of the longest one. So there's a clever way of solving this problem, and it's by using the sliding window technique, where basically you have 2 pointers. You have a left pointer that's going to keep track of the start of the substring where it doesn't repeat any characters, and then the right pointer is going to iterate through s. And then so the idea is that we're going to iterate through, and then we're going to create a map that has the character and then the index value it occurs. So here we have A, and then we added A to our map, and it has an index of 0. And then left is still left pointer is 0. And then B has an index of 1, and when we add it, C has an index of 2. We add it, and then here we see is a repeat, and we see if it's within the left pointer. So since this is a repeat within the starting left pointer, we want to update this. So we want to update it to the old one plus 1. So wherever that unique character occurred before, and then we want to move that to the next one. In this case, would be B at index of 1. And then we're going to replace the map value with the index value at each iteration, and also find the length of it. Then we're going to compare the length of it at each iteration compared to the longest one as a length of the outer loop. And then we return that longest variable at the end. So here, first thing, we want to create left pointer variable and assign it to 0. Next, we want to create longest length variable and assign it to 0. Now we want to create a map. So create char map to keep track of characters and their index. Now we're going to loop through s with the right pointer. And inside of this loop, we can create a current char variable, and that's just going to be s index of right pointer. And then we're going to compare that to the previous, what we have it in the map. So create previous char index variable, and that is going to be the char map dot get current char. And the first time you do it, it's going to be undefined, and that's going to be useful for our calculation. So we know that we don't have to do the comparison in the values. So here we're going to compare the left pointer and the previous char index if it's in there. So if previous char index is greater than or equal to left pointer. So if it's within the left pointer range, we want to update the left pointer to that previous char index where it was before plus 1. And now if we don't have to update the left pointer, regardless, either way, we update the char map. With current char and right pointer. And we're going to have to find the length at each iteration. and then we update longest length of max current length and longest length. And then after that, we just return longest length. So I know the logic is a little bit tricky, but let's try to code it out. So let left pointer equal to 0, let longest length equal to 0, const char map equals new map. Now we loop through s for let, and we can call it right pointer. 0 right pointer less than s dot length minus 1 right pointer plus plus. Now we can do const current char equals s index of right pointer. Now we can do previous const previous char index equals char map dot get current char. And now we're gonna have to compare it if we see it before. So if previous char index is greater than or equal to left pointer, because if it's past it, if it's left on the other side of it, we already moved the left pointer, so we don't include it. So that's why we have to be greater than or equal to. We update the left pointer. So left pointer equals previous char index plus 1. And either way, we have to update our map. So char map dot set. We set the character to the pointer. And now we have to find the length. So we can do let current length equals right pointer minus left pointer plus 1. So this, we have to add 1 to find the length. So here's what I mean. So we both start off at 0, and then the right pointer is pointing at index of 0. The left pointer is also at getting the index of 0. So it's going to have a length of 1 because we're going to have to add 1 to it to get that entire length. So then now we do longest length equals math dot max current length longest length return longest. Sorry, left pointer here. Sorry, and then we want to do equal to here too. Great, we got it. So then the time complexity we're just doing O of n because we're looping through s, where n is the length of s. Space complexity, we're creating a new map, and that could be up to the length of s as well. So it's going to be O of n. So that's how you solve this problem. Thank you so much.